He must be a locker room cancer or something, though, huh? He just keeps going from team. Seems like he's got talent, and he just goes from team to team.
They were saying that they traded him, obviously because they wanted to clear room for Jalen Ramsey, and then also that they didn't want to pay him the money this offseason because he's a free agent, and he's going to command big money. So he was able to get him for a fucking 5th-round pick and a reserve linebacker, and he's been phenomenal for us. When I first seen the trade, I was a little skeptical about it, and then I seen the details of the trade. I was happy about it, and now I see the results of the trade. I'm fucking ecstatic about it.
That's like, cool. You said he's got 2 pick sixes?
2 pick sixes, one against Wilson, and then one not against Watson. Finley? Ryan Finley he had one against, I believe.
My favorite play all time, if I can tell a Marcus Peters story, is when he was flagged for defensive pass interference in the end zone, and he picked up the flag and chucked it into the stands. That is my favorite Peters story from when it was awesome. And then you got to see it. If anyone listening hasn't seen this yet, the look on the fan's face when he catches the thrown flag from Marcus Peters is just absolutely priceless. You got to check it out.
Hit him with a little Bart Scott, man.
Oh, it was amazing. He just picked up the flag and just threw it as far as he could into the upper deck of the stands. It was awesome.
That's what's up, man.
And then I think the ref threw a hat at him because I think that's what they do after they lose the flag.
Yeah, they got to
throw a hat. He was throwing cranial accessories at him there for a minute. He ran out of hankies.
Oh man. But yeah, that's all of our picks there, man. I think we did a good job there.
I think we did a great job. Yeah, I'll disagree. I think we did a great job, not a good job.
You know what? I went up there. I think we did an excellent job.
You undersold that. We were excellent.
The best ever.
Amazing.
All right, so not real quick, take your time if you need to. Give the people that's listening right now that play fantasy, give me one fantasy player on a team that you think that they should start for sure.
Well, I mentioned one. I said Todd Gurley. I think he has despite the fact that they're going to lose and probably lose handily, I really think that they start feeding him the ball in desperation. It's something that they haven't done all season, and it's something that they are going to do this week. They started it a little bit last week, but I think he absolutely goes off. If I'm looking at it here, I am playing against Michael Thomas.
Okay.
So I would have to imagine that he's going to score 50 fantasy points as well. And let's see here. Let me see. Who else? This is the key, Bryce. Let me see who I'm playing against.
Okay.
And I will tell you who's going to have a big week. I like Michael Thomas to have a huge week.
Okay.
We did talk about him, actually, if I'm speaking truth here instead of just going off of my gut, who I'm playing against. I do like him to carve the shit out of the Carolina secondary. So I think he will have a big game there. And let's see. Let's pick a less obvious one. I think Darius Geis has a week as well. That's my fantasy sleeper this week. He's just coming back off of a big injury, and he's playing against Detroit this week at home, and I think this is his coming out party. He's going to give you 20-plus this week, also in a loss to Detroit.
I don't play fantasy, but I give good fantasy advice.
Oh, I like that. Who do you got? I mean? Who do you have?
Phillip Lindsay, Denver.
Against Buffalo. Against the suddenly susceptible to the run Buffalo Bills. I like that.
I think Phil Lindsay goes off. I think he kind of keeps Denver to the game until Buffalo pulls off late. But I think he's going to have a good game against Buffalo.
Okay.
I think he do. So if you got Phil Lindsay on your roster, go ahead and start him up against this Bills team and, sit back and enjoy.
So for fantasy sports fans, I mean, really, you kind of have to go with the roster that you've got, right? So I think the studs that are going to go off are going to be Thomas and Gurley. But for those guys playing daily fantasy, right, the guys where you're picking your roster daily, I'd go with those two. And I think Darius Geis is going to be a nice, cheap option. I think he's going to run all over Detroit. And your boy Matt Patricia. Another failed Belichick cast off.
Hey, he still got time.
Who's done anything? Who's left Belichick's staff and done anything ever? Name one. I dare you. Yeah, you can't. Can't do it. Can't do it, man.
Yeah.
Romeo Crennel didn't last. Matt Patricia seems like a failure. All these guys, man.
What's his name? The dude that's on the team now again, the offensive coordinator.
Oh yeah, McDaniels.
Yeah, McDaniels. He had some success in Denver.
Stop it.
Tebow got into a playoffs.
Stop
man.
it. That was the luckiest playoff run. Everybody knows it. And Charlie Weiss failed in college. I think everybody that's come out.
Did he die?
Did he die?
Did he die?
His career died.
He died, right?
Did he die?
I thought he died.
Don't make me feel bad. Did I just talk ill of the dead right here?
I think he was having like heart problems, right? I'm about to look him up.
I'm sure he was having heart problems. I have no doubt about that. That I have no doubt. But
no, he's still alive. Okay.
He's still alive. Right.
He didn't die
His
yet.
career died, I told you. But it's fine. No, I think that those guys are good coordinators. They're learning from the best. But who's come out of there and been a great head coach? Nobody.
Yeah, it's just Bill Belichick, man. He before they leave, he just hits them with the fucking Men in Black pen.
Yeah.
And just makes them forget everything.
That little memory erasing thing.
Yep.
It was swamp gas from Venus or something. They forget everything.
Everything.
It was, man.
That shit is crazy. All right, before we get out of here, I wanted to talk MVP power rankings.
Cool.
All right, so I wanted to give our top fives. I sort of gave my top five when I recorded by myself a couple of days ago, but I reiterate it. So I'm going to go first, and then I'll have you go because you're the guest. I'm going to have you go last.
I like it.
All right. So right now, my top five power rankings. Number 5, I think I got Christian McCaffrey. What he's doing right now in Carolina is just phenomenal. Even though the team is average at best, he's literally carrying that team on his back, and it's really beautiful watching what he's doing. So right now, I got him number 5. Number 4, I got Patrick Mahomes. Did I mess that up? Yeah, I think I got Patrick Mahomes number 4. Right now, I do. He's balling. He missed those 2 games. If he didn't miss those 2 games, I think he would be higher up on my list, maybe even number 2 or number 1. But he's been fucking phenomenal this season, and he has the Kansas City Chiefs, again, getting ready to win the AFC West. And honestly, if I'm a team in the playoffs, I wouldn't want to play that team. Like, the way they're able to score points with him throwing the ball to them 2 receivers. Where the fuck did that Hardman dude come from?
Mecole Hardman?
Yeah, he's Tyreek Hill Jr.
He's fast.
This shit is stupid. They just got a track team.
He's fast.
So just imagine this. You got to cover Tyreek, who runs 4.2. You got to cover that dude who runs 4.3. And then you got fucking Kelsey in the middle of the field who just jumps up and catches everything.
And then, by the way, you've got Sammy Watkins. Who may not be the stud number 1 receiver that he was supposed to be when Buffalo drafted him, but I'll tell you, if that's your number 2 or maybe even your number 3 option behind Kelsey and behind, of course, Tyreek Hill, that's not bad, man.
Boys is ill.
Not bad.
But yeah, I got Mahomes number 4. Number 3, I got Dak. I don't think Dak is getting more love. He's not getting enough love that he should. He's been balling. He has that Dallas team playing really well. And he's currently leading the league in passing right now, I believe. Did you say Jameis was?
Jameis is like second or third. I think it goes, if off the top of my head here.
I think it's Dak.
Don't quote me. It's Dak, it's Phillip Rivers, and then it's Jameis.
Okay. But yeah, he's leading the league in passing right now, and he's playing really well. And right now, I think he's number 3. And then 2 and 1 is really kind of like a toss-up. Like, I can understand why people will make the argument for Russell Wilson. And honestly, if he was to win it, like, the season was to end right now, and the votes was to go to Russell Wilson for MVP, I wouldn't be mad at that. Like, the man, he fucking 23 touchdowns, 2 interceptions or some shit like that, plus another like 3 rushing. He's just balling out of his mind right now. He might be the best quarterback in the league currently as we speak, but he's not the MVP right now, in my opinion. I think Lamar Jackson, what he's doing on the field is just fucking phenomenal. And he's what people said that he couldn't do. He's throwing the ball, and I was trying to tell you dumb motherfuckers that said that he couldn't throw, that he can throw the ball, and I just need to let a man progress. He was in an offense that was not his offense last year, so that's why they put together a makeshift offense, and now he actually has an offense designed to portray his skills. That's why he's balling right now. But he's currently the MVP. Like, the way he's able to do not only just running the ball, but what he's doing with his arm is just sensational. And I love it. I fucking love it myself. But those are my top 5 right now, Ed. What you think?
I like your list. I have one difference in there than what you have.
Okay.
I think the top 3 is so are we talking about right now today, or are we talking about who is going to be in the conversation at the end of the season?
Top 5 right now power rankings, and these are going to change every week pretty much.
I just changed this up on your own show because I'm going who's going to be in the conversation by the end of the year.
Hey, I respect it, man.
Here we go. You ready for this?
I'm here.
I think, all right, the one difference I had Patrick Mahomes not in there. I think you miss a few weeks. I think that's going to be really tough with how good this MVP class is. I think missing a couple of weeks is not going to get it done this year. He's unquestionably amazing. He's leading an incredibly high-powered offense. They're going to win the division. He's awesome. If it's my money and it's my vote, you miss a few weeks with this kind of talent out there right now, I think that disqualifies you.
Fair enough.
I think we have a 3-way race at the top. But bringing up the rear here, I'm with you on Christian McCaffrey. I think he's going to get votes as the top running back in the league. He's literally carrying a team on his back. As you said, it's awesome.
And by the way, he just hit 99 on Madden.
Did he?
I don't play Madden, but I read that.
You read that he hit 99 on Madden?
He's like the first running back to hit 90, the youngest running back to ever hit 99, and the first one to hit 99 since, I forgot who it was, but yeah.
I'm thinking, who would the last running back be?
I think
if Gurley didn't in his heyday.
There was only like 5 running backs that ever hit 99. It
So
was like
Tomlinson had to be one.
Marshall Faulk Tomlinson, Chris Johnson.
Wow, yeah, when he was CJ2K.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Christian McCaffrey, and there was one Adrian Peterson, I believe.
Maybe Peterson.
Adrian
Yeah.
Peterson
Wow.
was
So in that
99.
kind of company, well, I mean, the season that he's having, it's
Phenomenal.
worthy.
Yeah.
It's worthy. You know, he's been awesome. You know, running, catching, blocking. The kid does everything. He's awesome. So he's in the conversation. The other guy that I'm surprised you didn't have in there was Deshaun Watson. I think Deshaun Watson.
He actually fell out. He actually fell out of my top 5.
Did he?
With his performance last week against Baltimore? Like you went head to head with another MVP candidate. You shit the bed like that. Yeah, I had to drop him out of my top 5 after that.
I just think the way the voting's going to go, I think Houston wins that division, and I think he's going to be the one that's going to carry them there.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to have a lot of votes there. Then up here at the top, I think you've got Russell Wilson and Lamar Jackson, like we talked about, both doing amazing things. But I think we may have a sneaky MVP candidate in Dak Prescott that could win this thing. If the Dallas Cowboys win that division and make any kind of noise, you may be looking at NFL MVP Dak Prescott. If for no other reason, I feel like people are used to Russell Wilson, right? It's almost like that little bit of Mike Trout syndrome there. You see Russell Wilson doing it year in and year out. Lamar Jackson, special talent. If anybody's going to beat out Dak, it's going to be him. But mark my words, the media, right? They love the Dallas Cowboys. You can't turn on the TV to any kind of a sports broadcast without hearing them talking about the Cowboys.
Yeah.
So if Dak puts together any kind of a season, he is going to steal votes because this is basically a popularity contest we're talking here. It's a very subjective thing, right?
Right.
So I think Dak is going to steal some votes there. But I think it wouldn't surprise me if he won, but I think he finishes second to Lamar Jackson. I know that's got to put a smile on your face.
You already know, man.
But Lamar's been special. We already made all the comparisons, but what he looks like to me, the best way that I can describe it is the Michael Vick running, right, with Atlanta, and the Michael Vick, the passer from the Eagles. Mm-hmm. I feel like that's what he's playing right like now. It's like the best of both worlds, and the guy's unbelievable. So for me, it's Lamar, Dak, Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson, Christian McCaffrey. That's the list top to bottom.
I like that list. All right, so I'm going to end the show here with a who you got. Do you remember these?
Oh, I love these.
So, yeah, this is the way I give you a scenario. And this isn't really necessarily a scenario, just more of like a, who would you rather have sort of. So, in honor of Christian McCaffrey hitting 99, representing for the running backs, I got a pool of running backs here for you. All right?
Okay.
You get your choice of one.
I only get one?
There's one choice.
So no two-back pro-style offense here?
Sir.
Just one. Single back.
So,
I like it.
All time. All right, all time, like the best, like at their peak. Okay,
so I get these players in their prime.
They're in their prime right now. Okay. Who would you rather have?
All right,
4 of them: LaDainian Tomlinson, Marshall Faulk, Adrian Peterson, and the last one here for you. Let's go. I really didn't think of this third one or fourth one. I know the top 3. I was trying to think of a fourth one on the fly. Who's really been a really dominant running back in the last couple of years?
In the last few years? Well, I suppose you could go with somebody like... so what are the 3 you gave me so far?
So first, all right, so you know what? Just fuck it. Let's do those 3.
Those 3?
Yeah, fuck the 4.
I'm with it.
All right, so Adrian
I'll tell you what, my answer was going to come from those 3 anyway.
Okay, LaDainian Tomlinson, Adrian Peterson, or Marshall Faulk. If you had their choice, top 3, they're all in their primes. Who are you taking? Okay.
So from those 3 guys, I immediately eliminate Marshall Faulk. I think he was awesome, but he played in probably what could be considered one of the best offenses of all time. I think he was a major piece of that, of course. He was amazing. I mean, obviously we're talking like all-time greats here, but I think you eliminate him from the conversation. For me, it's LaDainian Tomlinson. He just did things that I think you could have placed him on any team at any time, and he would have been special. I think you can say a lot of the same things about Adrian Peterson, also the same caliber player, where you put him on any team at any time, and he would have been great. But for me, what sets it apart was I remember shortly after Tomlinson was drafted, he was like on a 1-in-15 Chargers team, and he came out and caught 100 passes and ran for like 1,200 yards or something like that. One of the best players in the league on a team with a terrible offensive line. And Tomlinson, I just feel like did things in his prime that nobody did. Just as a dual threat back, put up all the numbers. He could have been on any team ever and done the same thing. I feel because if he could do it with